All right, so we're back out here in the mini garage, and didn't rain all day yesterday, so I didn't really get hardly anything done on the car, except I did pull the front lip off, and I got it over here on the stand, and take a look at it so we get a better angle out of the sun. So this is what I was talking about. As you can see, the paint's just peeling off. It was originally black. I should have left it black. So, not sure what I want to do here. I mean, I mentioned about taking it off. I still might do that, but the only problem with that is it's going to take a lot of time because not only is there's an adhesive on the back side of this. Basically, it's an Easy Lip. I got it here in Japan at Auto Parts store, but if you ever heard of the Easy Lip brand, it's just a foam rubber strip that with a double-sided adhesive, and you can just stick it on bumper or lip or whatever. So anyway, that's what it is. And I got it on there really good. In fact, I overdid it as usual, and you can't really see because I painted over it, but there's silicone in there because even with the double-sided tape there was a gap, so I sealed that up with silicone, and then on the back side I put about 100 self-tapping screws, so it's on there. But again, painting it was a bad idea, and I think what I'm going to try, because I actually do like having this on here, because number one, it gives the front of the car a lower profile, and two, if I do happen to go over something that's a little elevated, I'd rather have this get damaged, because this was like a $40 piece of rubber versus this lip, which is quite a bit more money, especially after having it professionally painted. So I might try to leave this on. I think what I'm going to do is I already started. Let's see, what side is it? I already started over here. You can see I just took a wire brush and started scraping it, and the paint just flakes off. So I might do that and then see how that, number one, see how long that's going to take and if it's worth the effort. Or just might leave it on. We'll see. So I'll try scraping it a little more. I might be able to use, because I have a small palm sander, I might be able to use the sander, but I'm running the risk of, yes, removing the paint, but also damaging the rubber to the point where it's just going to look worse. So I don't know. I'm going to give it a try, and then I'll decide if I'm just going to keep going with the paint removal or just pull the thing off and be done with it. Well, so we just tried the sander and didn't really get the results I thought it was going to. It just, it didn't remove the paint, it just sanded it. So I don't think that's the solution. I think I'm going to hit it with the wire brush a little bit more. And again, make a determination somewhere along the way if it's worth it, or I'm just going to say screw it and pull the damn thing off. Because the other crappy thing about taking that off is dealing with the silicone, because as you guys probably know, it's tough to remove silicone. I mean, you got to get in there with your fingernail or a razor blade and pray that you don't damage whatever it is it's adhered to, and it's just a mess. I do have one cool thing I have, which I used on a few other projects, is this giant eraser wheel, which you just attach it to the bottom of a drill. But I got a cordless drill, and even though it's a 20 volt, it doesn't, I don't know, it just seems like a lot of times it doesn't have enough juice to get this thing going in order for it to do what it's got to do. I mean, it works, but it's really, really time consuming. So anyway, back to the lip. I'm going to hit it with this. I got a really heavy duty wire brush, some tough bristles on it. So, maybe the move is scrape the paint off with this and then smooth out any roughness that's caused by the brush with the sander. See how that goes. It's like we made some pretty good progress on the lip. So what I ended up doing is, yeah, just using the wire brush to get all the paint off, or as much as I could. And at first I was just going in one direction. Just kind of like this, but yeah. But then I decided, it doesn't matter. Just go back and forth. The only thing I did is I chewed up that corner a little bit, but to be fair, that was already kind of roughed up, from driving over stuff. So, and I think it came out good. I mean, you can see here where we kind of damaged the surface paint a little bit, but actually that also might be just some excess silicone. So I'm not going to mess with that, because you know how these things can go. You start removing this, and then next thing you know, you're repainting. So I'm just going to leave that alone. It's going to be on the lowest part of the car. No one's going to notice it except me. So I'm pretty happy with the result. So this is going to let me keep the lip and not have to deal with pulling it off and stripping all this silicone. And yeah, I think it looks fine. So I got my tape line here. So I'm going to continue on removing the rest of the paint. And it didn't really take as long as I thought it would, to be honest with you. I stopped the video, but I think I did that first portion in probably 15 minutes or less. So I hit it with the wire brush and then smoothed out the rough spots with the sander. And then I took, this is a solution of acetone. So acetone with the toothbrush, and just kind of took it along here and got out any. It was actually some gray paint. It was kind of all boogered up, along with the silicone, kind of. So smooth that out a little bit, and again, I might have went a little too far, but that's okay. So I'll be more careful on the rest of it. So yeah, I think I'm good with that, and I'm gonna keep going. Here, which was the overspray from when I painted this thing, which by the way, let's talk about that. So when I first decided, because it looked like this when I put it on, right? Black on silver, and it was a good look. And again, I had the bright idea to color match it to the car, and when I asked my wife, she was like, nah, that's gonna look stupid, don't do that. But I didn't listen. So word of advice, guys. Sometimes when it comes to car stuff, your wife or your girlfriend or your significant other, they might have the right idea. They might know better than you. And in this case, she did. I wouldn't be out here doing this right now if I had listened to her. But anyway, it's not taking that long to correct this screw up. You just have to. You saw my technique. Just take it at old guy speed, right? Take my advice, old guy speed, or oyaji speed. So, in case you weren't wondering, for those of you, my non-Japanese speaking audience, so the name of my channel is Oyaji Garage Shonan. So, Shonan is the area where we live, the coastal area. So I think I mentioned that in yesterday's intro video. So Oyaji basically means old guy, or older male person. or it could mean uncle. It just depends on the context that's used, but basically Oyaji means an older guy, middle-aged dude, such as myself. So anyway, look from here. I mean, it looks awesome, right? 10-foot rule, looks great. All right, so I'm gonna keep going with that. I got a little more to go. Then I'll wash everything down, let it dry, call it good, and then I'm gonna bring the car over, and we'll go over the next couple things we're gonna do today.